This is the Wildcat Football Review with Edgewood Academy head coach Bobby Carr.
Hello and welcome to the Wildcat Football Review. I'm Ron Johnson here with head coach Bobby Carr. Coach, we're ready for the playoffs, but before we talk about that, let's talk about last week's game with Fortdale Academy. You won 58-14. Your offense was nothing short of amazing, but your defense got hit in the mouth a little bit. We enjoyed watching it as fans. They had 3 drives, ball-controlling drives. How is that going to prepare your team for the playoffs?
Well, we needed that, and we knew Fortdale would come out and give us a good test. They got a lot of respect for their coaching staff and their program, and Coach Sampley has been around for a long time, and he's always got his kids ready to play, and they're always a physical team, and which we needed that going in, and I was really proud of our offense. They stepped up, and they showed some different things and different coverages and stuff, and got a little pressure on Nathan a few times. But other than that, we responded and made some adjustments when we had to on both sides of the ball. But it was a good test.
Coach, the out-and-up play was probably the most exciting play, other than Tate's hurdle early in the season. That was the most exciting play to me. Talk about that play and what you did to set that thing up.
Well, they were double covering Jackson most of the night. They were actually playing some man under and playing somebody over the top of him. He's just a phenomenal athlete. He's as good as football players you'll see in any program anywhere in the state or maybe anywhere in the South. And of course, Nathan threw a great ball. It was just a well-timed play, and it's something we work on daily. And you can tell those guys spend a lot of time together on the practice field and even after practice.
I think I was a little more excited than they was, but that was a fun play. I remember that one for a long time. Coach, recruiting has picked up a lot. I know I've heard you talking about all the schools calling, but is there any new news you can share with us?
Well, Kelvin Lucky's got his 9th offer the other day. I mean, he's gotten offers from Texas, Miami of Ohio yesterday, North Carolina State, Utah. He's going to Florida this weekend. Right now, Vanderbilt's the only SEC school. But I think some more will pick up. UCLA has gotten on Nathan really heavy lately. And when you're recruiting a quarterback, it's a little different than recruiting another position, because like those coaches say, a quarterback's going to be the face of our whole university. And so we want to get to know his character and get to know him, so they're going to fly in and meet with him and so forth before they extend an offer. And hopefully that'll come soon, because he's a special player, and he actually looks like a Pac-12 type quarterback. So, and then Khalid's gotten 3 offers. South Alabama offered him. He got invited to go to the Bama LSU game this weekend, which is pretty special, because they're only taking the top recruits in the country in there. So it says a lot about how they feel about Khalid's future. Yeah,
that's great. All right, Coach. We talked to 3 of the Johnson boys this week: Trevor, John, and Sam. Let's go to that clip.
Hello, I'm here with junior linebacker, running back Sam Johnson. I got sophomore wideout defensive back John Johnson, and freshman linebacker, running back Trevor Johnson. And John, you guys are affectionately known as the Johnson boys, and that sounds like some kind of bad gang out of the Wild Wild West. Do you guys bring that gunslinging mentality out here to the gridiron?
We try for the most part. We just go out, give it our hardest, and try to keep on the legacy of our uncles and dads.
Oh, that's great, man. And Sam, what's it like, out here playing with your cousins on Friday night?
Well, I mean, it's pretty great, because you know what they're thinking out there on the defense part, and you just know what they have on your head on the field and off the field. We get to see each other on the weekends and talk about the games and Friday night, so it's pretty fun.
I bet, as you guys were growing up, there was probably a few good ball games between the Johnson clan. Trevor, we're looking out here, seeing you smash and, get after it and putting some licks on folks, and it looks like you get a lot of enjoyment out of that. You also play running back and you deliver some blows. Now, I got a question for you. Would you prefer scoring a touchdown over laying somebody out on the gridiron?
Oh, yeah. Scoring touchdowns is pretty fun, but most definitely hitting somebody, knocking them down is pretty great, and seeing the fans cheer is a pretty great feeling also.
Yeah, it gets everybody pumped up and excited. John, you're a multi-sport athlete, basketball. I understand you're a good baseball player. Tell me what position you play, and which sport do you prefer most, baseball or football?
I don't really have a set position. I just play all over wherever coach wants me to. But I'd have to say football just because you can't get what you get at Friday nights. So.
Oh yeah, and you got usually a bigger crowd on Friday night watching you play. Sam, what's it like playing here at Edgewood?
Well, coming from a small school like Ashford up here to basically another small school, but it's not small at all when you count the unity and what the brotherhood and what everybody has up here as a team. Every day you go out and work hard as a team and get better as a unit, and it's just pretty cool because being up here with your cousins and everyone else is one big family.
Oh, man, that's great. Now you're the youngest, Trevor, but would you say you're also probably the toughest?
Well, I'd say I probably got them in strength and in the weight room, but every day on the football field we get after each other and try to make the best for each other on and off the field.
That's great. And John, one question for you. Watching you with your kickoff duties, man, you've come a long way. You're kicking it high, you're kicking it deep. In some cases, you're probably out kicking some of your coverage sometimes. Tell us a little bit about what you've done to improve that skill set.
Just working out every day with Coach Tate, running, squatting, just coming out practicing over summer just made us better.
That's great. Now, one of the things I always like to ask is, if tell us something about yourself that we may not know. For example, I hear from my oldest boy a lot of time about your truck outfit and skills. Tell us a little something about what you guys want to tell us that we may not know about you.
A bunch of us get together on the weekends and stuff and play PS4. We all have a franchise and we talk a lot of trash to each other, just trying to beat each other playing.
That's great. What about you, Trey?
Well, we all get together as a family, basically on every Sunday. We all get together. His brother and all his friends come over. We all grill out on Sundays.
Oh, man, nothing like that.
Like he said, just get together, having a good time on the weekends, and just having fun.
That's great. Well, good luck this, Thursday night against Wilcox Academy. Appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Coach. Every team needs one or two of them kind of guys, but three, that may be pushing the limits. What's your take on these guys?
Well, those kids get after it for us every day. First of all, their families, and I know you've got a lot to do with those boys. And I can remember you bringing, John and Trevor and even Keith to our baseball camps when they were younger, and we're fortunate to get those kids moved up here in this area from Ashford. But all three of them bring something different to the table, but they're all very similar. They're all gritty kids, and they do anything you ask of them. Also, their parents. I mean, every time I look around, their parents are up here making sacrifices for their kids to be here. But John does a good job of kicking, punting. Those type things kind of get overlooked at times, but he's also a really good football player. Trevor looks like an old version of Larry Zonka or John Riggins, especially on the junior high level, and he's got a big future. And Sam's a very, very unselfish player, does anything we ask him to do. Anywhere we need him on defense, he's there, and he's one of those guys you don't hear a lot of him, but he's always there when you need him. And I'm just glad those guys got a few more years with us.
Coach, this year's been a somewhat special year for me because I guess doing the show and being a little bit closer to the program, I've learned a lot about it. Heard all the time that your team is like a family. Well, I got to witness a lot of it. I've seen you get on to them, give them discipline when they needed it. Seen you give them advice when they need it. Even seen you give them hugs from time to time when they need it. But you see the guys, just the way they hug on each other, like brothers, taking care of each other, watching each other's back, just the way it's supposed to be, and it's just awesome. But what is that key ingredient, that secret ingredient that you've used to put together a program like you got here at Edgewood?
I think a lot of it starts with our staff. Our kids see the unity and the bond that our coaching staff has, and that trickles down to them. But they all pull for one another, and the one thing we try to preach, hey, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about us. I heard Pete Carroll say that one time when, that's their motto with the Seahawks. It's about us, and that's what we try to instill in our guys. It's about us, and our kids have really bought into that, and they play with very unselfish attitudes, and it sure makes it easier on your coaching staff because honestly we have a lot of players, a lot of playmakers, and to see our kids put their own personal goals aside and do what's best for our team, it's just very rewarding as a coach.
It's pretty amazing to watch. But Let's talk a little bit about this Thursday night. The game got moved from Friday night to Thursday because of the weather. We're playing Wilcox Academy. First round, second round looks like potentially Clark Prep, and then maybe in the finals, Marengo. Your team looked rested last week. Are y'all ready for another 6th straight state championship?
Yeah, and I told our kids yesterday, let's just take it one day at a time, and hopefully we'll have 3 weeks left of this season, and just do what we got to do to be a better football player to help this team be a better team at the end of each week. And the season's flown by, and I tell our kids every day, cherish these moments because they're the best times of your life, and hopefully we'll be the last one standing at the end of the season.
All right, Coach, let's talk about this Thursday night. Like we said, the game was moved from Friday to Thursday. Wilcox Academy. What do we expect to see out of those guys?
Well, we've had some really good ball games in the past. Last year, Wilcox came in here and went up on a 7-0 in the semifinals, and the first time we've had to really overcome adversity all year last year. But this year they lost a lot of seniors off last year's team. They're a big physical team, and I know they're going to try to grind it out, chew the clock, and keep our offense on the side and limit our touches there. But hopefully our defense will be up for the challenge, and they'll get our offense back on the field and do what we need to do. Last week we made a few errors and some on the defensive side of the ball, but hopefully we've fixed all that and we'll be ready for this stretch.
Coach, you don't get to talk to the fans very often. You're very busy during the football season. Is there anything you want to say to the fan base?
Well, I just want to encourage everybody to come out and support them. I mean, our kids have done an awful lot to put Edgewood on the map. And it's not just this team, it's those teams from the past. And Edgewood is known nationwide because of our football program. And I just want to encourage everybody to come out and support our players, and because there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into those jerseys every day just to put Edgewood on the map and keep it where it's at. So, again, just like to encourage everybody to come out and support these kids.
All right, folks, the game will be this Thursday night, 7 p.m., right here at Edgewood campus. Wilcox Academy playing your defending 2A state champion, Edgewood Academy Wildcats.